Now we've got windows in here. We've got a fan in here. Another window. All this kill mat. I think it's time to build a bed frame. Get the solar panels up. Get some electricity in here. Some insulation. So this is how these windows work. You unlatch here, Allison. Pull this open. Got a screen. The screen also slides open. You like it? We hope we just installed the ladder properly. Looks good. I haven't tried climbing it yet though. Allison's gonna take the camera and I'm gonna risk my life. Alright, let's see. Hey. Looks kinda nice. Oh, not bad. Super lightweight. We're able to open the door all the way without it dinging against the side, which is good. I double checked that. Didn't have to screw any holes in for it at all. It just fits to the door. I think it was a good purchase. What do you think, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Prime design.
And now we're gonna
super
build
sleek.
a roof deck up here. Hey everyone, for those who don't know, I'm Andrew, this is Allison. Together we're AA Vanneries. We're building a Ram PROMASTER 2500 136-inch wheelbase to take on an adventure around the country in 2020 after we get married. So if you haven't, please like and subscribe to this video for future content. Today we are going to try and get the solar panels attached to the roof rack. This is a 175 watt solar panel by New Pala, and it's a monocrystalline solar panel. We've got 2 of them, so 350 watts total. We're mounting them directly to our Alurack. We're just gonna drill some holes through the aluminum crossbars and use some bolts and nuts and fasten them to it. So let's get to it. Okay, now they're on the roof. You gotta even them out. Should have about 6 inches on each side, which will help prevent those railings from shading them. And then we got a good gap here to prevent the fan from shading it. But I have a feeling it's gonna be a real big pain in the arse to get under here and attach those bolts, so we'll see. So my original plan didn't work as well as I thought. So I laid these down, and what I did was take a Q-tip and try to reach in and dab right here so I knew where to mark, but it wasn't very accurate. So after like hours of going up there and measuring and figuring out what would work best, what seemed to work best was I lined a meter stick across here, and then I marked the edges on where the diameter of the little mounting spot was. And then I also measured this distance here, which was like 10 millimeters or something. And so then I was able to lay these down, measure in from the side 10 millimeters, and then use these to actually make perfect circles of these holes. So now I'll show you up on the roof. I've drawn with a permanent pen where I believe these to be in the exact shapes. Took a while, but I think it's accurate. We're about to drill holes, so I guess we'll find out. So you can probably see all the different marks I made. It was quite difficult, but this was the edge of the panel. I measured 10 millimeters in, then used the side panel right here to get the width here, and then just colored it all in. So those should be exactly where the notches are for both panels. Now we're gonna put them up here and start measuring out our deck. Alright, so as usual, it's taken like 4 times as long as I thought it would. I still haven't even got the solar panels on. My buddy Jeff came by. Say hi, Jeff.
Right, hi guys.
And he's actually helping, which is, again, it's so helpful to have someone helping you, because it takes so long for me to get up and down that ladder and like bring things up and onto the roof. It's so much nicer to have someone be able to hand stuff up and things like that. So it's been very nice. So we'll see. We didn't get as much done as we wanted today, but everything's looking really good. So I used the entry gland and I set it up where I want it. This is the flattest space I could find. And I taped it off so I know where it's at. Now I'm just marking 2 little holes to get me started. I'm gonna drill 2 last holes into the van. These will be the only holes that I'm drilling after that fan. So hopefully this goes well. And it goes exactly where I want it. We're losing daylight. Okay, that was easy. Now we gotta see if everything fits. I'm glad that it was in the right spot at least. Seems like it was.
All right, now let's try the fitting of it.
Yeah. Only one thing left to do. I used that VHB tape to secure it down. I think you saw. Now I've just got to put a sealant around the outside, and then I'll probably also tape it like I did with this, but we'll see. But yeah, that's gonna be right under my 2 panels up here. All right, so we've got it sealed, gotta let it cure for a while. We've now got solar running into our van. I've drilled all these holes. I'm gonna actually mount the brackets tomorrow and build the deck. Yeah. Well, the most terrifying thing so far to happen has just happened. I opened the door to the van and there was just a big wet spot right in the middle, so it leaked from the fan. Luckily, I found it. It's only been sitting for about 12 hours, so I really hope it hasn't done any damage inside. I've already repaired the leak. Just inexperience right there, really. I knew there was a little bit of a gap there, but I put sealant underneath also, so I thought it was going to be okay. And apparently it wasn't, so doubling down, I sealed both edges from the front and back, and probably put some tape too, but that was scary, that sucked. Not feeling great. Guys, after I don't know how many hours of being on this roof, we got our first one bolted down. I gotta go through and tighten it all now, but that's bolted down. I had some leftover Turnabond from when I did the ceiling fan, so I used that around the entry gland. That looks really good. Yeah, after I tighten this down, throw the other panel up, hopefully it fits, and then do the deck. One of my biggest regrets definitely not installing solar panels before putting the roof rack on. Allison mentioned something, it probably would have been easier to take it off and do it. I was stubborn and trying to get it all fit, but you can see it's hard to get under there to get these screwed in, but we're making it work. It's just takes a long time. It's a beautiful day. Hot. So we've got this one in. It's got all 8 bolts in, thank goodness. Feels really sturdy. Right now we're doing some cable management, but I want to show you what we're using for our system here. We've got this bolt followed by a washer, and then we put this underneath, and we have a locking washer and a nut on top. So we've got 4 on each side, so 8 per panel, 16 total. I think it's going to do the job. Like I said, this one's really sturdy. If we need to take them off later, we can take them off later. It's really hard to get to down there, but it's working. For our cord management here, we're just using zip ties and zip tying it right to the crossbar. Also got, I'm going to use some of these quick clips they're just going to stick to the van itself right here to hold these cords down. So hopefully we're not going to have any flapping around when we're driving, no rattle, and it should be a nice quiet ride. So yeah, we'll see.
We just got back from touring a wedding venue and getting back to work. So
Day 2,
we glued these before we left.
Well, let me explain what these are. So these are going to be my makeshift support. We noticed when we put the wood up yesterday and we're standing around the deck, the Alurack, some of the thinner crossbars, if you put all your weight on one of them, it really gets a little bit of a bend going. So there was a couple spots. It seemed fine, but we don't really want to risk it. We wanted the extra support.
Just
so
to be safe.
I looked all around Home Depot and I found these metal little brackets in the construction area. I've wood glued them so far to this, but I'm also going to drill it in, screw it in, and then I'm going to put VHB tape on the bottoms here, put this underneath those cross support beams, and then drill it into this as well. So I think that'll hold really well, and then when we step in those places, it's going to give us a lot of support, which will make us just feel comfortable being up there, not feel like we're standing on eggshells the whole time. So we'll see if this works. I haven't seen anything on YouTube like this. I'm just coming up with stuff at this point. I really want the deck to be really nice, and
This is what our deck is gonna look like.
Allison did an awesome job doing this yesterday. We've got all the pieces cut and sanded, so today we're screwing it in.